A lot of people ask me, can I make money on Amazon? And that really comes down to understanding Amazon's costing structure, if there is a structure. And so after selling on Amazon for almost 10 years now, we've built in-house a spreadsheet to help us understand that as close as we can. So as we know if we are making profit on a product during a sale, what retail price we should actually sell that product at, etc. Because that's crucial to making sure that your Amazon business does make money. So today we're going to look through an example spreadsheet, a very simplified version that I've made for this. We're going to look at two different products and look at the different fee structures in place on Amazon in the UK and then also in America. America is obviously the largest marketplace for Amazon, so something if you're a UK seller, for example, you should certainly consider selling into as well. So when we're looking at the spreadsheet here, you can see I've created an example 1 and example 2 SKU or SKU. I've talked about what that is and barcodes in the previous vlog, so please do check that out if you don't understand those terminologies, because those are critical before you go any further. You're then looking at costing, so your landed cost here of the product. So that's the price it takes to get to your warehouse door, including any duty payments, freight charges, and the cost of the product itself. So from here you can see the spreadsheet split, and you can see an Amazon referral fee. Depending on the category that you're selling on Amazon, and Amazon advertise this, so do your research and Google that. The actual Amazon referral fee for the category you want to sell on Amazon, different percentages applied, and this one here in the UK it's 12% applied, and that means if you sell something at £100 on Amazon, they will charge you £12 straight off the bat as soon as that sells for an Amazon referral fee, essentially charging you to sell on their platform and use the Amazon name. So fair play. The next thing is an FBA fee. On the previous episode we talked about FBA, fulfillment by Amazon, and fulfillment by merchant. So here is the FBA fee detailed. Now on this product, whenever you list it on Amazon and they get it into their hands, they will actually tell you what this FBA fee will be, and that's to do with the picking and packing cost and the different fees associated with fulfilling that through their network and to the customer. So here for this product, which I've taken as an example, it's £6.18. I know I can ship about 4 of these to Amazon in one case. So I have the freight cost down here as £1.34, because that's the actual cost then divided by 4. Now if you were selling via MFN, it's good to create another spreadsheet for this, but for today I just have the one. So obviously then that freight cost would be multiplied by 4 because you're shipping the one unit to a customer via MFN whenever they transact. But the FBA fee would be removed. So in effect, it almost zeroes out. So in this case, you can go down the route of just creating a spreadsheet for FBA cost analysis if you're under time pressure, because if you can make it work on Amazon FBA, it certainly works on MFN. Okay. So next then you have lowest selling price excluding VAT. So within this spreadsheet I have a formula running to work that out. So it takes all of your costs, adds them together, looks at your lowest selling price excluding VAT and what that is. Your profit when selling at the retail recommended price within this spreadsheet. So you can play around with that to look at what margin you're going to get. Your actual margin percentage here is your gross profit margin, and I have it highlighted here, and there's conditional formatting applied within this spreadsheet. Very simple tool to flag it red if it's under a certain percentage and flag it green if it's above a certain percentage. We have 2 examples here of that. Your VAT applied and your recommended retail price in GBP or sterling. So this is a product retailing at £100. Shows here a landed cost of £40 and 3 pence. With these costs considered, you're looking at a profit of £23 and 77 pence, which is a 28.53% gross profit. So a very simplistic overview there. The next item down here is a much smaller example in terms of volumetric size. something about the size of a very small pencil case. And whenever it's selling on Amazon, they're charging £1.35 as an FBA fee. The referral fee again is 12%, coming in here at £2.40. The landed cost is £4.95, so that brings us to a profit of £7.66 or 45.98%. Sounds incredibly high. What I'm going to show you next is an example for America, including a marketing allowance. And this is something overlooked by many. They think you can sell on Amazon, put the listing up, make whatever margin that works for your business, but then people forget about the marketing budget that needs to be allowed for. So when we scroll over here, this Amazon USA FBA section of this spreadsheet references to the costings previously discussed. And you can see here there's a much higher Amazon referral allowed for. And this is because of the costings in Amazon in America being much more, especially for ourselves. This is literally based on the percentages that we see in real time. So it's 15% on this specific category we're talking about here today in terms of a referral fee in America, so more than UK. And on top of that, there's other fees that are hidden, other fees that you wouldn't think would come into play but do come into play for your account. So this amounts to about 24%. So we allow for a 24% commission to pay to Amazon on every transaction, and we need that. That needs to happen to make sure that this works. So please do your research on what your percentage is, but I've added on an additional 9% here on top of the 15 to bring it to 24. Your FBA fee, again, when you start selling on Amazon and ship it in, they will tell you this FBA fee when you go into your listings and hover over the listing, so you'll be able to get that defined cost. The freight cost obviously from UK to America is much more. Your marketing allowance here, so it's 10% that we typically allow for, and that's on the lower end of the spectrum. Really, you can see it higher than that in different times when we're trying different marketing strategies on Amazon, but allow for at least 10% here off your retail price. Again, you can see the lowest selling price here in US dollars to break even. So if you're running a sale to sell out of stock, maybe you're discontinuing it, you know what you can sell at to break even. Helpful information to have. You see the profit on this item is $25.55, 18.82% gross profit. And the equivalent here in Great British Pounds is £135.73. Obviously, we looked at this example, and in the UK it was $99.99, so just under £100. And this is an additional 35% on top of that in America in terms of the equivalent from GBP to US dollar relationship there. So we're actually making less margin here, selling it for much more. Obviously, the marketing is included here and it wasn't in the prior, but you can see the shipping cost is much more, the Amazon referral fee is much more. So really important to do a thorough analysis here whenever you're designing new products, whenever you're sourcing new products to list on Amazon, whenever you're doing a competitor analysis and looking at what you need to retail at to break through. Maybe you're trying to be competitive on your price rather than your function. So there's a lot of things to consider here. It's really important to get this data right. So that's essentially it in a nutshell. These are some of the key aspects I would advise looking at before listing a product on Amazon or sending any stock out there to make sure you do make profit and sufficient profit for your business. On the next episode, we're going to be looking at some of the marketing within Amazon. We're going to be looking at some of the definitions and the terms coined within that, so you can better understand that. But before I sign off in this video, definitely if you're going to sell on Amazon, the marketing, the advertising on Amazon is something that needs to be part of your seller account. So do consider this cost.